to you, Alex.
Perfect. Thank you, Courtney, and morning all. As Courtney says, welcome to the last webinar of our vertical specialist series. So today's focus is going to be around hospitality. And for those of you who don't know me, Alex Finn, so I am one of the partner managers here at Evolve IP, and yeah, looking forward to engaging with you throughout today's session. I think we've got 45 to 60 minutes planned, but I aim to get you plenty of time back for the rest of the day. So without further ado, as mentioned, I want to keep it fairly interactive today throughout the session. So if you could all scan the QR code on the screen, we'll start off with a bit of a Slido. So there's going to be no trick questions, just to get a bit of engagement, really read the room as to who's in hospitality today with this first one. So yeah, it'd be good to know. Do you currently operate within hospitality vertical with, I guess, a focus on hotels, which is going to be the theme of today? There's not an option for no, not interested, but if that is the case, then you're probably on the wrong webinar. So good to see lots of yeses. No, but interested to learn more. That's what we want to see. We're up to 19. Get a few more, I think, left. A lot on the call already operating within hospitality. Yeah, so it'd be good to get your thoughts throughout where you see the market go. Perfect. So I think majority of you already within the hospitality vertical. So yeah, a good sound knowledge of sort of current trends, technologies that are being adopted by the hotels. But yeah, quite a few as well. No, but interested to learn more. So that is what today is about. So yeah, looking forward to that. So as mentioned, today is about Evolve IP, how we're empowering our partners in the hospitality market. So I think today, particularly in hospitality, we're finding ourselves at probably the most exciting moment in the industry, particularly as technology is continuing to evolve at quite a rapid pace, what we're bringing to the market, but actually because it's been embraced more now by hotel groups globally. So I think historically hotels wanted to stay with their traditional PBX. They were a bit hesitant over moving to the cloud. We're seeing it being more widely embraced and adopted now as we move forward. So Evolve IP are really focusing on providing that robust and carrier grade solution, one that we've actually specifically designed to meet the needs and requirements of hotel groups and the hospitality industry. So we'll come on to showcase some of the technologies and some of the licenses, etc., that we've tailored specifically for this industry as we go throughout today's webinar. But we're really able to provide that best-in-class ecosystem and future-proof solutions from our global technology vendors like a Kixi, etc., which is really trying to enable our partners to deliver both secure but also uniform solutions over, I think we've got over 57 countries now, so all backed by our carbon neutral program. So we've actually got a little bit of focus on the carbon piece later on throughout as well, which is a key sort of focus of hoteliers that we're seeing today. But also, yeah, our platform really is enabling, and something that we've got a lot of experience in is transitioning hotels via our partners from legacy on-premise systems to the cloud, but whilst also enabling and allowing them to maybe reutilize guest phones, so retaining existing infrastructure, whilst also modernizing the rest of their communication stack. So why hospitality and how Evolve IP enabling our partners to win more in this vertical? So as the topic of these webinars is specializing in key verticals, this one with hospitality, we're giving hotels more reason to choose us. So we've really got that strong experience, as I've just mentioned, and expertise across the team here at Evolve within hospitality. So it's been a core vertical of ours for a number of years now. We've been supporting thousands of both UK but also global hotel projects with our partners and deployments over the years. But what we've done with this vertical is really tailor our solutions but also our licensing that you may have seen. If you've not, please do reach out to your partner manager. But we've created bespoke SKUs, particularly to be competitive in this landscape, but also give our partners a key differentiator to gain that sort of competitive advantage against some of the other vendors in this market, where they don't have the flexibility and the cost-effective licenses to really win these opportunities. So also, I guess with our comprehensive services that we're able to offer and we'll focus on shortly, comes into play the leading PMS integrations, which I think is really key in this space. So whilst we'll continue to innovate with our technologies, the leading PMS integrations, we're able to foster those key business outcomes. So hoteliers really buy off 5 main reasons. So I think actually Richard mentioned this on his previous webinar, but they're all the same. So can they save time? Can they reduce costs? Can they increase profit and revenue? So often hotel companies, that the FDs, the IT managers, they're really interested in the return on investment. But actually, we need to start shifting their focus onto what is actually the cost of inaction. If they don't adopt these new technologies, they don't innovate and move to the cloud, what cost does that have on the business standing behind the other hotels who are innovating? So what we'll do is we'll explore these advancements and how they're sort of reshaping industry thoughts and sort of creating new opportunities for growth for you guys as our partners, and to ultimately enhance that guest experience. So the way that we see hotels connecting with their guests, staff and partners can ultimately make or break the overall experience, like many other verticals that we've been discussing over the last month. So I think particularly in hospitality, telephony was probably once viewed as simply a utility, not seen as a revenue generator. We're trying to shift the needle, and we see it as quite a critical component of the guest journey into a hotel, and whilst they're there. So we'll take a deeper dive into the opportunity ahead of us. So before I go any further, not a trick question, but how many hotels do you think there are worldwide? So this was as of early 2024. So hotels globally. Good to see what you think. How many hotels are on? It's a pretty even split across the top 3 at the moment. No Googling. That laugh tells me you're Googling, Chris. How many hotels are there worldwide as of early 2024? Like I said, no trick question. It's all leading to what I'm about to discuss in a short while. 1 more votes to come in. So yeah, 174,000 hotels worldwide. So huge amount of hotels to be potentially targeting there. And next one, actually, out of those hotels, how many guest rooms are there worldwide? So this was an estimated minimum of guest rooms. So these are potential end user licenses that we could be targeting together. So I was quite surprised by this one. So it might be less than you think, might be more than you think. So how many guest rooms are there worldwide? Couple more votes to come in on 14. 9.25 leading the way with 50%. Are you sure? Seems an awful lot. Last few coming in. So yeah, it is an awful lot. So 9.25 million guest rooms worldwide that we could be targeted with a potential license off the back of it. So yeah, awful lot of numbers there in a fast growing market, really. So the opportunity ahead of us together between Evolve IP and our partners, it's a really fast growing market that really is seeing, I guess, unprecedented demand, but but pent-up demand. So still from being locked up for COVID for 2 years, people want to get out there now. People want to go on holidays more. Hotels are fully booked majority of the time now. So there's a really great opportunity for us. So I thought I'd just lay it out in this sort of format and sort of call out a few of the key points on here. But you'll see in the UK, just short of 12,000 hotels. But the biggest stat there really is 49% still using on-premise legacy PBX, yet to move to the cloud, yet to be innovating on that front. So again, something that we can really work with you on to target those, get the messaging right, and go after those hotels to move from their on-premise solutions to full hosted solutions with Evolve IP. And the forecast is to continuously increase over the next 5 years by 1.9 million users. So it's not a slowing market, it's growing. So it's a great vertical to be looking at now, especially with all the PSTN switch off stuff. It's a great time to have a key focus on hospitality, especially with some of the technologies and the licensing that we've got available, which we'll discuss shortly. Yeah, rest of the world, enormous amount of rooms opening in 2025. Great opportunity there. USA, not so good at the moment with the recent presidency election, but when it comes to hospitality, it's good news. But as you'll see, in the US, so in North America particularly, 68% now are still using legacy PBXs. So again, enormous amount of opportunity there. 58 new hotels opening per day. So if you can get in there with some of these management companies, some of these fast growing hotel chains that are opening new properties, then you could be onto a real winner here. And as you see, occupancy rates are higher than ever before. So there is such a demand at the moment within this space. And I guess a bit on the competition position. So I just called out a few of the key points that I see within hospitality. So some of you may be aware that NEC recently pulled out of the hospitality market due to several reasons, really. But again, that's opening the door for new technology providers to go in there and provide a solution for these hotel groups now that NEC have took a step back from this market. We also, what we hear from some of our partners that have a strong play within hospitality, and also some of our technology partners, is there's no real competitive hosted options out there. So some of the hosted providers aren't able to offer tailored hospitality licenses. They're not able to offer the flexibility for maybe seasonal hotels that close a few months of the year. They need the ability to switch those licenses off. So there's a lack of flexibility and a lack of cost-efficient licenses in the market when it comes to cloud providers, and that is why we're seeing a lot of these hotels sticking with the traditional legacy PBXs, is due to the price points, really. Also, there's a lack of solution differentiation as well. So a lot of them are offering the same sort of solutions, but not being able to offer them on an international scale. So again, hotel groups, if they've got presence across different countries, they want to be on net. They want to be able to communicate internally on the same platform using the same technologies. So again, something that we can offer above what the competition are doing. Next one. Which key value add do you think would be most effective in consulting hotels to adopt new communication technologies? So again, not a trick question. Good to get your thoughts and insight on this one. A lot going for the enhanced guest experience and satisfaction. There you go, a couple more votes to come in. Yeah, no trick question, no right or wrong answer. It's just good. Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of yeses on the first one to say you operate in hospitality today. So it's good to see what you think is the key sort of value add for these hotels adopting this sort of technology. Good. So yeah, a lot saying enhanced guest experience satisfactions. Like I said, no wrong or right answer. I think, in fact, that they're all right answers really. But yeah, a lot of focus and emphasis is on the guest experience and guest satisfaction, and around that sort of personalisation of that guest journey into a hotel is what we're seeing a key focus on. So yeah, good to know. So sell the ecosystem value and leverage Evolve's IP's technology stack. So we've got a lot of solutions within the Evolve portfolio, but I think a lot of relevant solutions when it comes to hospitality. So you'll be able to leverage a lot of these solutions within our portfolio that result in key hotelier outcomes. So can they save time, save cost, increase profits? Is there a legal compliancy requirement? Can they enhance their brand reputation and customer loyalty? Is there a solution differentiation? So a lot of these outcomes we can achieve through the use of our portfolio. So again, just calling out a few, you guys will be very familiar with what we offer today in terms of our sort of best-in-class ecosystem. But being able to sort of seamlessly integrate these technologies into a hotel's process or workflow does help enable sort of those better outcomes. So starting with that secure carrier grade platform, we're able to offer things like the PMS integration. So again, I've got a slide on this shortly, but around the personalization piece, automating a lot of the traditional administrative tasks, freeing up resource to perform better tasks for enhanced guest experience. We've mentioned around the low-cost license options. So we have 2 licenses within our price book, specifically designed for hospitality to enable our partners to win more, be more competitive when they're coming up against the traditional sort of PBXs, where it's that conversation around OPEX versus CAPEX. We're trying to make it as compelling as possible for these hotels, and to make it that total cost of ownership work out better going down a hosted model. So again, like I said, if you've not seen those licenses, reach out to your partner manager or reach out to me. We can have a conversation around how those licenses work, what features and functionality are available within those. But we're seeing a lot of our partners win more in this space through the use of our tailored licensing. We mentioned around seasonal sites as well. So a lot of hotels or maybe cruise liners that operate from season to season. So actually, it may be in the winter months they're closed down. They need the ability and the flexibility to be able to switch on and switch off. You can leverage our sort of rolling licenses, rolling billing, to be able to offer that value add to the hotels you're speaking to. Other stuff like our fraud management is built into the solution. Analytics and reporting is a big part of hotel operations. So again, I'm going to spend a bit more time on that shortly. But also international scalability. As I mentioned, hotels want one provider, sort of that one-stop shop really, that they can go to serve them in multiple countries across the globe. And that is something that we can do. Whether that be through gateways. So we've had projects in the past, Qatar, for example, we did a hotel opening via a partner in Qatar for the World Cup. And we had to deploy a gateway solution. So they retained all of the existing analog guest phones, but we use a gateway to enable the calling service within the country. So again, that's how we can support you in some of these more complex and challenging landscapes. Especially from a regulatory standpoint now, it's becoming much more difficult. So we're there to support you in these different countries. Also, another key call out on here is around everyone's talking about it, right? AI, but also AI and also some of the intelligent IVRs. So we've used this in the past to really enable hotels to be more efficient, more productive, reduce staff costs, because you've been able to automate some of these tasks, being able to implement these solutions, these tools to reduce staff counts, reduce the OPEX, and again, a more compelling event and conversation when it comes to the total cost of ownership. So really, you've got a wide portfolio there. Lean on us to get more understanding of how these seamlessly fit into a hotel's operations, how we can support you to leverage these to win more opportunities.
Alex, we just had one question come in which says, how many are independent hotels and not Premier Inn, Travelodges, etc.?
In terms of, I don't know who's asked that question, but
yeah, that was from Chris.
Oh, Chris,
It
what
was
was the
referring to your stat earlier.
Yeah.
So obviously there's going to be an element of hotels that you just can't get into. So I was just wondering, in the UK's stats, how many of them are independent? How many of them?
Yeah, in all honesty, I'm not sure the split. It was a combination of all of them. So I can get that split for you then. Get that split.
I was just wondering, that's all, because obviously.
Yeah, no, good question. Yeah, I like the engagement.
The opportunities will be slightly less than.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can take a look at that and slice it and see what that looks like. Appreciate the question. Thank you. I'll keep this one short and sweet. I think we know a lot of the benefits that we've just been discussing, but why the world's leading hospitality companies choose Evolve IP, obviously, alongside our partners. I think a big one really within hospitality, because a lot of hospitality people know each other, and they've worked with each other for a lot of time. You need to be seen as that trusted advisor. So being able to provide insights and recommendations that are not only informed by technical guidance, but also having an understanding of how hotels work, sort of their complexities, their unique challenges. So hotels really want that trusted advisor that's sort of fostering that open communication and delivering service excellence, really. So sort of fundamental to what we work on is being seen as that trusted advisor with our partners going into these hotels. We've already mentioned the leading ecosystem, so the carrier grade platform, leveraging, again, we're endpoint agnostic, which really helps hotels. So we've got the collaboration tools via either WebEx Teams, we've got that flexibility there. We can use analog end devices, we can use SIP, we can use DECT. There's multiple options there for hotels. As we mentioned, we can also reutilize existing infrastructure where possible to help reduce that initial capex as well. So we partner with the technology leaders to provide the best-in-class solutions, but at a scale anywhere in the world. So lastly, we mentioned it on the previous slide as well, is there a legal and compliance requirement? We're seeing that more now, especially with E911 calls in the US with the RABORM Acts. You've got PCI compliancy, so whether hotels are taking payments over the phone for bookings, for spa treatments, whatever it could be, we can help you tick all of those boxes and be compliant in these different areas. So some of the key values and benefits as to why we're seen as a trusted advisor and a leader within this sort of vertical. So here was a quick case study, really, with a hotel and a partner that we worked with over the course of a few years. So it was a fastly growing hotel group that had extremely limited scalability and flexibility with their legacy PBX. So they currently did operate in 20 countries. They've since grown, but they had a lot of siloed systems across these different countries. And as their group grew or experienced sort of seasonal fluctuations, as we see in maybe occupancy and managing and adjusting the number of phone lines of that typical PBX was cumbersome and costly from an efficiency perspective. So they were overpaying for unused lines during low seasons, or actually struggling to accommodate increased call volumes when it was their peak times, and no sort of true visibility over missed calls, just guests ringing in frustrated because no one's been answering those phones. So we had a real sort of task on our hands, but a great opportunity to be able to leverage some of our portfolio, being able to sort of streamline and make their communication stack much more efficient. So we actually deployed our fully hosted solution in 28 plus countries across 5,000 users. So some of the solutions that we deployed was a Kixi. So they eventually had that visibility over the reporting suite. So they had analytics to be able to see what their peak periods are, what their quiet periods are, so they could plan staff resource around that. It was basically putting a safety net around our whole business because they could see every missed call that came in and every unreturned missed caller, so they could give those guests a call back. So again, enhancing that experience. We also implemented PMS integration, so again, automating those mundane administrative tasks for employees so they could focus on the overall guest experience as well. So a really nice case study of how we can implement these solutions at scale internationally, but also enabling those effective outcomes for hoteliers through the technologies available within the portfolio. And something a bit different now. I don't think we've done this on a webinar before. So yeah, really happy to introduce one of our partners, which is Green IP. So we actually collaborated with Green IP at the start of this year together with a hotel opportunity in the UK. So want to bring in Matthew Brown from Green IP to do a little bit of a fireside chat together, really, on the experiences that we had throughout this project. So can you hear us, Matt? And
yeah, indeed. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Alex. So
perfect.
Coming on today to have a bit of a chat about deployment we did earlier this year. So
yeah, thanks, Matt. So yeah, I guess we'll keep it interactive, so keep everyone awake. But can you give us a quick overview of, I guess, the sort of the hotel, what PBX they were using, and some of the challenges they had when you went in to discuss their requirements, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a high-end, very high-end, prestigious members club in the heart of central London, and they were on a sort of end-of-life legacy PBX, which was an Avaya system. It wasn't the most cost-effective system for them. Naturally, being a PBX, it required annual maintenance, and they also had a lot of challenges just making, like you say, mundane day-to-day changes, whether it be a member of staff's left, to update that extension, or update a voicemail greeting. The system wasn't that interactive, just to make those daily changes. So they were looking to a new system.
Good. And why did they choose to partner with Green then and Evolve to provide their new solution?
Of course. So obviously the project was put out to tender, but they were really impressed with the range of services and integration that Evolve IP could offer, obviously along with Green IP. Also, the added benefit of the hospitality licenses from Evolve IP was a real sort of selling point. Like you say, the price point that those licenses are at is it's a nice touch, sort of appeal to the customer.
Yeah, good. And how did Green IP and Evolve collaborate together, I guess, to deploy the solution both efficiently and effectively for the hotel?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had some of our team on site for the full 3 days. We also then did a training day with the sort of team members there. But also we had the help of an Evolve IP engineer, which is really useful to help streamline that install. He was also available on the day of the site survey. So that could mean, the Evolve engineer could come on site, understand the prerequisites, and, the fundamentals of that business, before we did that install. So that was really useful. It also meant having sort of, Evolve on hand there. There was absolutely no downtime whatsoever from the cutover. And the whole thing was orchestrated perfectly between Evolve IP and Green IP.
Good. And what technology, I guess, from the portfolio that I've just been demonstrating and discussing, did you deliver to solve some of the pain points you discovered at the initial phase?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we deployed a fully hosted solution with the hospitality licensing, but also with the benefit of the PMS integration with the property management system. So now they've got that added benefit of that customer interaction. When a customer calls, they can answer them by their name on the booking. Of course, a Kixi as well. They can really sort of nail down into the stats on when they're receiving these calls for a booking. That hotel room could be easily a couple of £100 a night in central London.
Yeah.
If they're not answering those calls, that's a big revenue leak for the business. So they need to ensure they're answering those calls. So a Kixi really helped out there. And of course, the Anywhere portal, like I say, struggled making changes before, but now with Anywhere, you know, the changes are so easy to make. Change a user, change a voicemail greeting, change some call flow. It's a couple of clicks.
Yeah, I think centrally as well. So if they were to expand, they can centrally manage that system.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With Anywhere Portal. So yeah, that's a good one. I guess once deployed, what business outcomes did they sort of realise with the new system?
Yeah, so I'd say improved customer satisfaction is the main one. Like I say, with a Kixi, obviously it just gives you that power to, you know, look at your missed calls for the day or for the morning or whatever, get back to that customer, you know, give them a call back saying, you know, good morning, Mr. Finn, really sorry we missed you. So yeah, they've got also an improved call flow. They can actually, you know, nail down on, oh, hang on, we're missing quite a few calls in this call flow here. Let's, you know, maybe add a few more agents into that flow there. It's allowing a lot more calls to be answered in the first place as well, being fully hosted. Like I say, yeah, Kixi just showing the weak points in the business, and yeah, it's customer satisfaction. That's what hospitality sort of nails down to, really.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And last one, really, I guess after the experience, would hospitality be something Green IP would continue to specialise in and focus on in the future?
Of course, yeah. No, it was a nice install for us and for the rest of the team. It was quite rewarding to see the transformation in the business. You know, a couple of months down the line, the sort of feedback we were getting from them using Kixi, using the Anywhere portal, like I say. It's satisfying to see a customer happy, isn't it? So yeah, of course, we'll definitely be continuing the hospitality sector.
Yeah, good. No, I appreciate that, Matt. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sharing your thoughts. So thanks.
Thank you. Cheers.
So leading on into the next question. So it actually comes off there. So which trend in hotel communication technology do you believe has the highest potential for driving new sales? Is what that says. If you can see it on your screen, it cuts off on mine. So which trend in hotel communication technology do you believe has the highest potential of driving new sales? So again, not a trick question, so just good to get your insights, your thoughts. Especially after some of the tools and solutions Matt just mentioned that were deployed, a recent customer and hotel. Good few more, so a lot going for actually mobile check-in, check-out apps. Yeah, certainly something that I try to utilize when staying overnight at a hotel. No one wants to speak to each other now. Data analytics is key. Data is paramount. Unified communications. No one going for voice-activated assistants in rooms, which is interesting. So yeah, good even split there really between the top two. Like I said, no right or wrong answer, but I think definitely data analytics is key for hotels. So something that we're leveraging with the market is a Kixi. So a lot of you again won't spend too much time on this. You really adverse on Kixi, how it works, what it gives you, but some of the key components for hotels and particularly hotel groups where there's multiple sites. So having that centralized reporting, so really giving them the visibility to their stats, SLAs across sort of different sites, locations, 24/7, 365. So these statistics, as it says, can be exported. They can pull it into their own sort of Power BI. But it's helping hotels increase revenue, but more importantly, build deeper relationships with their guests and enabling them to sort of win more against the competition. So they can see real time and historical data, but also customize those reports. So they can leverage these tools really to ensure that no customers are not having their calls returned. So again, putting that safety net, as Matt mentioned, a call could be a £100 booking for a night. So ensuring that you're capturing those lost callers, they're getting a call back, keeps service levels high, but also increases potential revenue as well. So giving you that data real time to dynamically report on missed calls, ensuring those are captured and never lost. And workforce optimization, again, is key. So being able to reutilize staff in other areas of the business, maybe reducing staff, I don't like to say it, but it does reduce OPEX by being able to see your peak periods, your quieter periods, and being able to plan that resource effectively to ultimately, like I said, enhance that guest experience. And this is enabling you to make data-driven decisions through the use of this technology. So hotels are now looking at data more than ever to streamline their operations and get better visibility over what's going on, how they can be more efficient and more productive. PMS integration, so that is property management system for those who don't really work within hospitality and not familiar with PMS. But this is all around automation, enhancing that experience by integrating with property management systems. So it's allowing for more personalized services. So being able to greet with names, etc. by CRM integrations, PMS integrations, but more efficient services as well. So what we can do is automate guest notifications to enhance that experience, but creating more sort of memorable stays and fostering brand loyalty. So again, something I'm going to spend a tiny bit of time on shortly. But for those who aren't familiar with the likes of PMS integrators like Tiger, Jazzware, etc., it can perform several key functions. So it can give dashboard views of hotel operations, minibar management, wake-up calls, emergency notifications. So it's really enhancing that experience by putting all of the technology to work. So again, if you want to dive deeper into the PMS integrations, how all of this technology works, please reach out to your partner manager. We can have a separate session on this, which is a critical piece and play when it comes to hotel companies today. One of the last few questions: would you pay more for a more personalised guest experience? So I am on the borders of Yorkshire, so you would class me as a tight Yorkshireman who tries to save a few pounds. So tough question for me, really.
The Leeds fan.
Last few more. More, a lot saying yes. It's close though. It's close. I think there's a lot of other northerners like myself on the call that like to save a few pounds. Good even split there, 50-50. Give it 10 more seconds. Conscious of time. So yeah, good split. So I guess reason I asked that question is around sort of the personal touch. So study by Hospitality Insights actually showed that more than 39% would pay more for their hotel stay if they had a more personalized experience. So a lot of people are sort of brand loyal. They like that personalized guest experience. So I think personalization is not just hospitality, really. It's taken many verticals by storm over the last few years. That's how people are adding that sort of value add, that differentiation, is by being able to offer that personalization. So I think as more hotel groups battle against each other to make guests feel uniquely special, it's more important than ever. So I think the concept's simple. I, like many other guests, like to feel welcomed somewhere when my needs are being anticipated and swiftly fulfilled. So again, we can give you the tools to be able to personalize it for the hotel more. So it might be putting logos on phones for the hotel. It may be an old retro phone that they want to put their own logo on. It could be individual label keys. Could be different coloured casing, etc. So stuff like this certainly goes a long way for hotels by being able to personalise and offer them a variety of different solutions compared to what the competition may be able to offer in the marketplace. So yeah, one to really focus on at the moment is around personalisation within a hotel group. Penultimate slide, you might be happy to hear, but It's just around sustainability, really. So sustainability is no longer a buzzword. It is business imperative. Um, and many hotel brands that we're seeing, speaking to with our partners, are actively seeking ways to reduce both their carbon footprint, but also partner with companies that share their commitment to sustainability, which we can offer together. So a lot of hotels now have the ability to perhaps switch off phones to saving energy when the room's not occupied. So again, leveraging PMS integrations, some of the technologies available can really help hotels make their decisions and make them more sustainable. So by adopting the cloud solutions, moving away from those on-site PBXs that are consuming so much power, adopting cloud-based solutions, being more energy efficient, will help these hotels reduce their carbon footprint, but actually appeal to more eco-conscious travelers. I think that's what a lot of people are actually thinking about now, believe it or not. So if you look at IHG, for example, they're introducing a Voco Zeal hotel in Exeter Science Park. And so that's due to open next year, I believe, and that will be their first life cycle net zero carbon hotel. So again, it's really being focused on. Hilton's looking at shrinking their per unit emissions. Marriott are doing the same as well. So a lot of major hotel groups are rolling out sustainability programs, and this is a key consideration for them when they're choosing a new provider. So we're in a real good place here. We have a great story, and we can take them on this journey of how we're striving towards this together. So last one. So just, I guess, a bit of a recap and sort of the key value prop, really. So global service provider in over 57 countries. So that carrier grade service internationally, we can deploy at scale. We can overcome those regulatory complexities. We can provide that on-net service, that uniform service across these different regions. When it comes to technology, we're future ready. We've got all of the relevant and leading technologies out there. We've got the best in class ecosystem, and we can showcase this with confidence to these hotels at a great price point. All backed by a carbon neutral program, as we just mentioned. The tailored licensing, again, we're continuously looking at trends in the marketplace, speaking with industry leaders, and really trying to refine our solution set for hospitality, tailoring our licensing, making sure you've got the strongest price points to be competitive and stand out from the competition. We've got integrations into all of the leader PMSs with full guest and front house services, board management's built in, emergency services, so we're fully compliant from that perspective. And like I said, agnostic. A lot of hotels want to reutilize, sweat their investment a bit more. We can look to retain bedroom phones. We can look to leverage their existing infrastructure and ensure that seamless and easy migration to the cloud, really. So I think concluding thoughts, as we're navigating the complexities of hospitality, I think it's clear that telephony is more than just a utility, as we mentioned earlier on. So it's a strategic investment. So these hotels need to be future proofed. They need to innovate to stay ahead of the competition, and it's something that we can really assist with our tailored package. So last one of the day, and I'm hoping a lot of people say yes, but can you see the value in hospitality as a lucrative vertical, and would you like more information? So again, I can reach out, or your partner manager can discuss it with you. We can do a deeper dive into some of the areas, whether that be PMS, whether it be our licensing, some more of our case studies. We're all being very nice. Or not. No, it's not for everyone. Some other people want to play in different verticals, and that's their strength, which is absolutely fine. So couple more to go. This is the last slide. So I will just try and claim back a little bit of time. Awesome. So I guess for those that have said yes, then yeah, feel free to reach out to your partner manager and we can have a conversation around going to market together and how we can look at some of these opportunities and win more. So, but no, that's all for today. I really appreciate everyone's engagement. You've been great, especially with Slido. And yeah, I hope you found it useful. And yeah, hopefully look forward to speaking to some of you after this webinar.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you all very much. We will send the recording out in the next couple of days for you all, and we will also be adding them all to our landing pages, our vertical specialized landing pages that you can find on the website. But if you have any questions, please do speak to your partner account managers, and they'll be able to help. And thank you all for coming.